Hey there. So, you want to get rich, join the Illuminati, and sell yourself to the devil? Well, according to the Satanic Temple, you might have to look elsewhere. Hi, I'm Will Heron Smith, and for my culture project, I decided to study the Satanic Temple. Now, it's important to get rid of preconceived notions about the Satanic Temple. They truly believe in empathy, compassion, and the rejection of tyrannical authority. And all that comes from their website, the Satanic Temple. Now, there's another disclaimer I'd like to give, and that is that it is important to note that I have deep Christian involvements. I was raised in a Christian household, as well as I went to a Christian school. I even taught a preschool Sunday school class, and I worked at a religious summer camp. That said, I do not hold stereotypical Christian values, and I am more interested in worldly spiritualities and religions, namely the Satanic Temple. And the Satanic Temple has a bad representation and deserves to be understood. With this, I'd like to share how the Satanic Temple came about, what they stand for, and what they do. So, how was the Satanic Temple founded? Well, the Satanic Temple was founded by these two friends here. You have Lucian Greaves and Malcolm Jerry. Back in 2013, they tried to give a voice to modern Satanism. Through this, they hired an actor to dress up as a stereotypical version of Satan, in which he then in a public setting, hailed Rick Scott, the governor of Florida. The goal of this was to call out the hypocrisy of Rick Scott in his ruling, and the actor actually called him Satan. This gained a whole bunch of attention on the Satanic Temple. So Lucian Greaves then stepped up as the face, and with that, he got to kind of declare like who they are. And he stated that Satanism in and of itself was a counterbalance to dominant religion. In which the publicity grew even more and the temple gained more followers. That said, they still had a bad reputation, and with this, Lucian tried to come out and publicly state that they did not create modern Satanism. That was created by the Church of Satan, which they do not associate with at all. The Church of Satan is what many Christians think of when they think of Satanism in and of itself. With this, though, the stigma against the Temple of Satan still exists. And so this stigma was caused by a misunderstanding of what the temple believes. So it's important to note what the temple actually believes. And according to their website, they have 7 tenets or like core beliefs. The first of which is one should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. The second tenet, the struggles for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institution. The third, one's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. The fourth tenet, the freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forego one's own. And the fifth tenet, beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit one's belief. The sixth, people are fallible, and if one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. And the seventh and last tenet, every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility and action and thought, and the spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written, spoken word. Now, there's a really great documentary out right now. It was made in 2019 by the founders of the Satanic Temple. It's titled Hail Satan. And in this, it describes more of like what the temple actually believes. It describes their initial foundings on a like buck the system type story where in the Christian faith, Satan went against God's will. And they don't actually worship the like Christian deity of Satan, but rather they like to hold those ideals of going against like traditional authority. With this, as a religion, they also have services. They call them black masses, and they're shows and symbols kind of against Christian indoctrination. They're way more political than a standard like religious setting would be considered. They also, as seen in this picture, have a statue. It's the statue of Baphomet. It is not any sort of god that they worship, but rather a symbol of a country with multiple religions. Because the Temple of Satan in and of itself is religion. They fought for that in a court case. And while they are atheistic in nature, they still classify themselves as a religion. And with this, they, as any religion would, they have extremists, which they condemn, and they fit every part of a standard religion. Now, with that, what does the Satanic Temple do? As their belief states, the Temple of Satan, first and foremost, is a group against tyrannical oppression. They advocate for women's rights. The temple runs menstruation with Satan, charity drives, where they raise money for Plan B and other like feminine hygiene products. and they protest for and sue for abortion rights. They also seek for religious equality. The temple has fought to remove several instances of the Ten Commandments built on government property, and the temple has fought to place the statue of Baphomet where the Ten Commandments are still standing. The temple ensures that its followers understand and comply with their beliefs in their protests, where they are trying to show that in all forms of government there should be religious equality. So in all, the Satanic Temple really gets a bad rep, even when they're doing good. And to start, the Satanic Temple was created with a goal to help others, and in this, they advocate and fight for human rights. In fact, most people would probably find pieces of the Satanic Temple that they agree with, even if they weren't, even if it weren't for those preconceived stigmas. Now, with this, that's really all I have. I hope that you better understand the Satanic Temple. Thank you.